Good. Welcome to a very special episode of Between Two Viewers. There, there's Tim. Oh my God. Tim C. Hi, Tim. Hello. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna throw some pots while we shoot the shit, and hopefully it doesn't sound like crap. Let's do it.
And it does?
Doesn't matter.
Do they get a refund?
You're still paying.
Well,
Cool. We're in your space, which you showed me around, which is a freaking badass space. And you teach tons of workshops in here a couple times a year, you said, right?
yep.
Cool. Tell me more about that.
That. Oh, we got to actually do. We're doing like an interview.
Yeah, we're like that. Now we're going to talk.
So workshops for me have been an ongoing project as a means to educate and produce income. So it started at a place called Storm Court Hill Art Park in Casanova, where one of the directors during a dismal like art trail sort of setting had come over and said, "Hey, if you could do anything you wanted up here, what would you do?" I said, "What kind of space is that?" She goes, "Well, there's a big barn and there's places for people to stay on the property." I said, "Well, like, what about workshops?" And she goes, "Well, what's that mean?" I said, "It means people coming here, learning how to make pots, so they can go home." Yeah, we could do that.
I like that.
Yeah. So I'm listening. He's out here the first year, or the first like sponge. Oh, up in that bucket still probably.
You want one?
Oh, I have my. Oh, you got a sponge and a stick there.
You should export a stick.
Jeez, we even let this point from how. Oh, yeah, the needle tool trap.
Tell me it's in the pocket right next to the sponge. Okay, yeah.
So I spent a year kind of planning it. We had a group called the Original Guinea Pigs, and they were a hardy bunch. And they gave me a lot of feedback on what we could do better. I mean, the space was a mess. We didn't have actual running water. We were running out of like buckets and a hose outside. Yep. But they loved it.
Yeah, these next year, what you'll endure to make pots.
Oh, yeah. And then the next year, we did 4 workshops. Everybody liked to learn more, and we set up a little place where they're staying better. And then the 3rd year, we did a bunch. And I didn't market it right. It was kind of it wasn't flopped, but it wasn't great. And then COVID happened, and so I did a lot online, which grew the people that kind of wanted to take a workshop. And we got back from COVID. We had a great year, and then they kicked me out. So the whole time, the big dream, the big goal was to have my own space, so not. They kicked you out.
Oh yeah. It was fun.
So I wanted to do it at my own space. And, all that time, like I've been teaching at PlayStation for, like I think we just barely touched on it.
Yeah.
I've been teaching to but I taught PlayStation for 15 years. So like I said, that's my jam. Teaching is part of me, and I enjoy it. But it's very different to have your own space and you control to do the things you want to do. One, it doesn't take a break, it doesn't change. You're not making a rule. You're setting it up the way you think it's best. So we've been looking at the property for 4 years, and we kind of given up. Like it was the end of the summer. I'm like, we're not getting the thing. So I bought a pot. I'm like, because I'm getting up.
Yeah, I'm getting. My check was 320, and I'm getting.
And then like the next day, not too long after, a couple weeks after, my wife started fitting out. Like, it needed more work than what the car was worth. So then you got another hit. And then as we found those papers, this property came. Like she's got the last thing in me, like I give me the keys and like ding, my phone's like the real print like that. Who knows? Significant. Actually, I put that board there for your poll. It's not small. Vittel is like I think it's like the space for workshops, but that's the primary goal. I do really positive here. That was the wasn't a concern. How can you find myself the most amount of people to get less than 50? Until left. And then secondarily, this waste is too much for a whole year. Obviously, the power of myself to have. So I'm opening it up. We're having a little meetings with people to open us up to be usable during the rest of the year.
Okay.
I'm not going to teach weekly classes. Like that wasn't my idea. I didn't like being tied to that necessarily. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it online so that I can impact more people. When we're not doing it in person, it's 10 people is the biggest reach you get. Whereas if I'm doing it online, I can get 100 people at times. Get the watching the learning from me. Yeah. So I'll be going to be, we used to be online in January for teaching.
I took a workshop a couple years ago from Jen Alp. She's a big handle and a lot of stuff. And it was like the golf season and just ended. And it was like $70 for 2 hours because it's Zoom call. I was like, cool. So I had my coffee and I set it on my laptop and I sat at my desk in my studio. I had some play with just to give me some ideas. And, midway through it, I was like, you can see at the top right corner on the Zoom how many people are on it. There's like 186 people. At $70 a pop. I want to do that.
I do it wrong. I don't charge anybody. I do pretty much all the online content that I manage and pull and stuff and all that. I do that all for free.
Yeah, I think I originally found you, Josh, on you. When I was watching Sign the Leaks.
Simon and I were kind of we were the first YouTube people to really, I guess, embrace it, use it. There are a few others that hadn't stuck with it, but I think he's still doing it. I don't post that much. I post pretty much. No, he's not doing much on it.
Well, this place nice. You make this fun. That's it.
I don't even know. It's a Cone 6 standard thing that takes us to make them balls. That's what we're at that balls today.
Okay, empty bowls. What's his name? I've been playing with standard 266 of black over yet. Kind of. And I used alpha for a long time, and it's just mostly grown. It's great building, but it's quite painful to throw the feeling on them.
Yeah, I didn't love this much of you respect for box, but hey, it's all clay.
Yeah,
pretty much everything will people out.
This was actually great to do because this is kind of all I want to do. And I was telling somebody today about the show, and the show is that I just want to be impressed with people. It's fun for me. It's curious to them. That's what you do.
Hopefully, that's if we have a get together or something, rather than just getting together, it's like let's do a thing. When it gets maybe people or making for some other charity or whatnot. So like if I ever have to go through a countdown, I'm like, we've done both going for an hour or two, and that's straight to do it for life. And I just made stuff fun. Bowls or calls or I guess it's for a call.
Isn't it funny? I've done a few visiting artists to high schools and stuff. I'm like, what do you want me to throw? We're always like, a 40-pound piece. Or do a bottleneck, like the hardest piece possible, hard-ass clay. I'm like, I don't know.
And one young woman, and she's like, make a pineapple. I'm like, I know. She goes, you're just not good enough to make a pineapple. So then I said the whole life, pineapple. I don't like a pineapple. And next to the art, just cut the top, because you can make little Franzly things with the top part.
You say Franzly?
Little Franzly. Little Franzly.
But I talk about people when I teach workshops is like the throwing and stuff. Yes, it's the nature of work. There's so much more to work after that. Right?
That sounds like math.
I should learn. So
if I look at time, my time throwing, like actually, I'm gonna be able to make it a pot.
Yeah.
It's gotta be like 120 for the time. Maybe 150. Like I spend just as much time polishing a pot as I do throwing it.
Yeah.
And the polishing the top, like that's nothing.
I was gonna say I noticed the bottoms are plastic. This is the tip I got right here.
This is a banana lobster that ended up at a garage sale.
Oh, nice.
They'd never even opened it. It was about infected. It was a big. I don't know if they're not the box like that or if they had a box. Really, if they got, it was at a garage sale for $5 for the box. And I'm like, these, like, I'm jealous of the people that were selling this. And I'm like, you dirtbags. Yeah, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? You don't deserve. You deserve this to get into. You have the other nice stuff in there you don't like.
Yeah.
Pricing is tough.
Me? Like, not for anybody, really. I see for me super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys set prices for logs?
No. Like our. I'm going with but if I pray, what's the math topic?
Let's go to the topic to another team topic. You sure you want to do the podcast for a little? Yeah, so good. No, you see. So like,
And it is for rapid fire crazy town. So like this space here, I'll have all the pots out on boards like this. Usually 15 pots on the board. They're like mugs and stuff. And I will be taking a photo of it. And my wife will be inputting for a little spreadsheet thing that she uses.
Tag team from
And I have to place it right then on the spot. Like
$60 next. Like,
oh, that's great. And I kind of go by last year's prices,
yeah.
whether or not I put more work into them or not, and whether or not I sold them. You know,
Easy.
If I've got, 100 things that I didn't sell from last year, and I made enough 100 more, I can keep it at the same price. Not that, that's usually. Now it's more like dealing with the guilt of overpricing.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah, I think every pot would balance everybody could live with the pots. So that's a sign.
Yeah, so like, I've rectified some of that by saying, okay, if I can sell my pots at this much,
And I do good with the money that I do stuff,
or I make time or space
or something because of that income. Like doing this. Like if I was grounding, trying to make a $25 loan so you can
living at it, I wouldn't have the time
to sit down and throw empty goals today.
yeah.
Like I got a young pottery duo in the area. They're a year or two of making this go as a job. And like she couldn't come in and learn how to do that chippy stuff. She didn't have the time because she was so busy for the holiday season that they were not allowed. And it's like it's just an opportunity because they're pricing. Every time I see her, I buy them out and I pay her more than she put on the piece because she doesn't price them. I was pricing them.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't price them for the way I do.
Yeah.
But she's happy with it. But like, I'm trying to that if you don't have the time to do the little things that are going to make work out easier later.
Yeah, it's gonna get harder. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. This is gonna stay. That's the way it is.
Last mug I bought was from Kiln. He took a word shot off the line. He said, and he was like, $35. I said, how big is sick?
He's like, "Fine, I gotta pay."
I think that's the most impactful way to change something like this is you can't tell us to do, oh, it used to be fun like that.
Yeah.
It's not really. But when you need to get done, the more blood they put on it, it starts to make a little more sense.
I feel like there's this weird kind of, I don't know if it's an upstate New York thing, but like, so I run a golf course and there's a couple ladies playing the, people say, what are you doing with the winner? It's alma pot. And like, they don't get, And the one old lady was, ask him what he charges for his mug. I'm like, there's $60. What? I get one for $5. Okay. But
How do you convert it into that?
yeah, so it's just,
Like I got being across from that neighborhood over there. I have the garage doors open and not a lot of cars over here. Don't come over. Come over like one at a time.
yeah.
What is going on here? You gotta, I try to explain to that. Like, so you like yourself?
Yes.
Like people Well, they're not necessarily looking at the tots yet. Well, just like, so they're looking at the house, they're the property, the studio, they're going, so I feel like it's like a home shows, they're like, well, I treat that, and my wife's a sardine connoisseur. Yeah, like $4 million.
Oh, I love those. I'm a teacher and a bartender. Yeah. Oh, the Bermuda home shop.
So it's like,
Come on.
they're coming over and I know they're feeling me out. Like, what is this guy? And then they find out I'm a potter. And they kind of go like, oh, you're broke. Yeah. And then I still the pots, oh, I'll buy a piece for you.
How much?
And then they flip it over and they're like, oh, what?
Yeah.
No, I'm a potter's potter. You're kind of studying. I'm like, you're not my work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're still nice people, and they just, they don't appreciate the pots the same way. They don't talk about the same way as.
Well, no.
And it's funny, like when I tell people, I tell them I do come a potter in the winter, and then and they don't get it, and then I show them pictures, they go, oh.
Like,
What do you expect?
We did a set for a church one year, and the person that, in the context, it's just even mine. He had brought it up, I don't know if it's particular stripless trigger, which when they do a particular thing, like they didn't play chalice and then Laval bowl.
Chalice to the pinky estimate.
Then he did like a tiny one. Could it be metal? Still whatever they normally use. So they said, hey, would you make us a set? And I guess a lot of the people at the church had thought that they were going to have to use like gross pottery. And then the dog brought, oh, well, that's not how this is worse. But it's like,
Yeah.
When they're like kind of make it like, the home, like the home,
He's good months.
kid.
You got
Well, they only want to build filigree on their chins and stuff. It's like, we got the gist here.
Well, you should say, I think it's still film for another $200. So what, you saying they don't have kids? What's your wife do?
My wife was a art teacher.
Oh, okay.
She's, I guess, considered medically disabled. So she had 2 traumatic brain injuries.
Oh, wow.
Was it 15 and
Wow.
17? Oh, no, she was in the after-school program. So I talked a little bit earlier that my wife was working at a school that was really underfunded. It was, at the time, the neighborhood was the 10th portion of the country. Like, it was...
It's here.
Yeah,
It was pretty important.
it was a rough space to be a kid.
Yeah.
And you grew up where? I grew up out this way, so we're not in the city. We're, it's rural. You probably had to buy cows to get your city folk. So she was in an after-school program to get kids to go to college. She loved teaching. She loved the kids. She liked being where she was because that's where she could make a difference. And she was in an after-school program, and she was bringing kids that because if they finished this program, they could go to us for free.
Oh, wow.
So she was doing everything to get them interested in actually finishing the program. So she was at ice skating, and she, the kids are ice skating. Most of the kids for the first time, and it was just backwards a little bit. Getting the last little kid to wrangled up, and then she fell about it. The fracture her stone.
Oh, my
Two
God.
major keys. But my wife is a overachiever. She's a worker.
Yeah.
So she did PT, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Every day for that year, she got back to work. They moved to school, they weren't super kind on getting her back into the classroom where she could be most effective. Eventually, they moved her to another school, which was an elementary school. That elementary school, she'd been there, I think, 5 years, and she was outside with a group of kids, and a couple of kids knocked her down. They're good kids.
Yes.
I started to play football and into the knees and fell back and hit the same side. And, it was...
Yeah, that's not the same size.
No, same. any kind of like the first one, anything after that, and it doesn't take a whole lot to bring that into the public.
Yes.
And she thought she was really work. And the second, or the first day back, so that was like a Friday. Monday, she called me the hour after she was on worry.
Really?
She was like, I'm 2 miles out at a convenience store. She goes, I don't know where I am. I was like, wow. That was the end. And so she's been medically retired now for, again, that sounds like math. Counting is math.
It's been 5, 6, 7, 8. It's less than 15 and more than 1.
More than 2.
Wow. That's something about to go through.
I got a kid who I called kids 47. He works at the golf course. He's a retired Army guy. He was a combat engineer. And pay no attention to that. he got hold up a couple of times. You know, he said he got hit one time with like 500 pounds of explosives on an IED. IED. I don't know. Had too much coffee. Just get some walnuts. Yeah, you don't want an explosive IED.
I do like a little.
Anyway, but you know, like I said to him, hey, you gotta go pick the range. We don't have a cover on our range thing. It's just a cart.
Huh?
He says, if I get hit in the head, I can die. I'm like, okay, I'll go do it. You know.
And then people are swimming too, right?
Yeah,
Well, you're out. Yeah, is that part of the goal? Well, somebody's hearing the best is getting golf balls off.
Yeah, it's the best job in the golf. I love it.
But as a golfer, you are trying to hit the winning target first.
Not really supposed to, but yes. If it's got a cage on it, no problem. Ours doesn't.
Oh, well, that's it.
Slightly ridiculous. I've been telling the owner for years, I'm like, dude, I was picking it last year, and I said, hey, I'm picking the braids with guys on the range. I said, don't worry, I'll only shoot you for half the golf for this. Such a word. I just think you taught. I went there last year. I got my liner base.
Oh, which one's your like?
It's bright white. Yes, I like it. I actually used cream for the longest time, and I couldn't get it to where I liked it. And then I just tried to walk with bright white, and I thought, that's what I want. All I had to do was buy it for these. Dang it.
Well, they sell a few wine glazes, like the transparent ones.
Uh-huh.
Tim starts selling on. That thing.
Oh, look at me. Okay.
Shadow blue, the antler gray, and the purple ones.
So when did you start your style? Your style you're known for now. It's kind of like, what do they call that? Punk?
Well, it used to be ski punk, and then people started doing ears to like books and stuff.
Yeah.
And back when you've been around that ski while,
A little.
you remember this site called Regretski?
Oh God.
So it was a smooth site.
Oh, they got one.
When people would fall through Etsy and find like the worst of Etsy, and then make a post on the page called Regretski.
That's hilarious.
And they have a whole category of something called the loosened gears on it. And when it's this song, loosened gears on it, we call it steampunk. Is that basically
It was a whole thing.
so? Once that became a thing, I kind of stopped calling it steampunk.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it was the grand happy of mechanical pottery stuff, because there were a lot of people before me. And we're working off of a theme that is based on something else. So it's like there's no person to make the first 10 cans. It's in the project. Yeah. I don't know, but that's the question.
Dude, isn't this funny? It's like that lady who I had an issue with.
That's how we.
Yeah. I was like, what? First, she's like, you know, you stole my weed. I'm like, first of all, this is the first time I've ever heard of you in my life. I'm like, and do you know who the Aztecs are? I'm like, how the hell you are? They've been doing it for 500 years. Yeah. What are you?
So when I started doing it, I did 50 starts, and then my first solo show,
Which was that
Tennessee
pottery, or what is that? What is
Flower City Pottery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
First solo song, and they wanted to find. Yeah, you that's a so I brought like wood pots, raccoon pots, and these industrial like horror type things. Yep. And people liked them. I don't think I really sold them there, but I needed that good photography for them for their marketing. So I took some good photos of the pieces, and I don't know if I had a good show or something, and I decided to apply it to the Smithsonian. And I got it. The wood firing, I got the email. I didn't really get to it. That's like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks out. I was in half. I got a call, like, hey, we haven't heard back from you. And I'm like, about what? I don't know who you are. And they're like, oh, this is the Smithsonian. Like, you got into the show. And I'm like, what? Like, I didn't even know what that was. Yeah. I didn't know what it was. And then I looked it up. I'm like, oh, crap. And, I had 8 months between when I heard about it to be short for it. Oh, man, I got it for the industrial stuff. Yeah. So that time doing that. And I was doing a lot of, like, frilly porcelain and stuff that's like porcelain work. I would find work was loose. So it was a different style of work altogether. And after doing that for 7 months, I stopped. Like, I couldn't go back to it. I wanted to illustrate. I wanted to do all that kind of stuff, and then the robot things. As I wanted to go back to painting and drawing. And the robot. So that's the robot thing was to take apart typewriters. I had Syracuse had a lot of typewriters at one point in time, and you could get them used at garage sales. And so they did a typewriter. I just started taking apart. Typewriters have a billion parts. And every type is every 1,000 pieces. So I was taking a typewriter and then using the typewriter parts from the box. So it says like, I just like, and then then the spaceship when I was doing this. My door was kind of always open. And then they're like, oh, but no, I'm being typewriter parts. I'm like, you know why? But then they just, no, I couldn't like explain it. No, I couldn't make the auto keys like right now. I've been burnt out in terms of like what I was capable of. I couldn't make them any better than what I was getting. I didn't have any more new ideas. I just needed a break. So I was doing the mugs, just simple little mugs with illustrations. And then people go, man, well, why are you doing that? At one point, I was sitting there looking at the next thing to paint, and there was a box. Just about there is a bin that was used for heating compounds, and there's a big 55-gallon cardboard drum sort of a heating compound. There were some paint buckets. There was a wrench that my grandfather, I thought, stole. I made it found out. They were all auctions. They didn't really pay much because nobody cared about the stuff that he was taking. So they called it stealing. And I always thought my grandfather was an outlaw. And there was a wrench that was like 2 foot long. It was a huge wrench. And that was in the studio. And I just started like, almost, but I can't to go out. It's like using my first cell phone. And people were like, switching the left bulb on. Why? I was like, because he doesn't know any better. He's never seen a robot before. He's the first man. And then the whole robot story came out of that one instance where I was being bombarded with questions that weren't really relevant to what I was doing, and then coming up with reasons why I was doing stuff. Yeah, well, I was talking yesterday on the show, and I think we were talking about, like, critiques and stuff. And, it can't just be like, because I'm like, why does it have to be a deeper meaning? Why can't it be like, where'd that come from? It popped into my head. I think about before, and tell us what you're thinking when you made that. I don't know. Was it well, that is I mean, how much time we have? So this is the kind of stuff that I noodle around in, and then when I have conversations with people, one-on-one, times,
My bad. Very nice. His bowls are terrible.
they're kind of bad, but Yeah, they're empty bowls to me, $25 a piece. I'm putting $25 before.
Oh, I was going to tell you that before we go into the serious stuff. My buddy Marshall, all of his mugs are $25. I'm like, why do you sell the mugs for $25? It's just because I sell every single one. Okay. So go ahead with academia.
So the thinking about pots, like that I don't, like I've got different tins. And other people that have watched.
Oh, yeah, because we may need to do another one.
I've had to differentiate the tins so that I can make the work that I enjoy without the other tins having a whole lot of input. And that's, those two discussions coming from this multiple tin today. Has led to, I think, more considered thoughts. And
Having said that,
so like when you ask me, I don't want to sit down anymore and not have a read. And when it comes to like illustrations or design stuff, that if I answer that question competently,
then what am I doing? Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I know I have a fit amount of pots that you need. If I'm at the base,
Yeah, okay.
high on a pot that I don't care about, then I'm going to end up, not making that one tin, make your tin whatever as happy as he can be.
Or I guess as fruitful as he could be. So
Empty bowls.
I know what the goal is.
My goal is to make
Goals so that other people don't starve.
that's the goal.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like my work, if I'm sitting down to make
Like a mug, I have already thought about
how I'll
finish it.
yeah,
It's
done in my brain.
and that doesn't mean like
It's too strong when I first throw it. That's a compartmentalized process. But like, I know what the hand is going to be. I know.
Yeah.
And then I do give time for experimentation and, room for shitty things that happen. Like, I think one of the things that happened recently in those, I dropped a whole, board of handles. I'm screwing around, getting some stuff there. And one hand is, I'm just something with the other hand. I've dumped all my handles off. They're on the ground. And I was like, I don't have time to, make these again. So I was like, I sat back and use the speed cups without handles.
Mm-hmm.
their handles were sitting on Friday and but I come back and I'm like, you know what? Like this is cool. I don't like post justification of things, but in process.
If I can pull on the top of this all those broken handles and I set it down and I clean it up enough that it could be an handle. Well, I was like, I can't reproduce this. I can't draw them again. It's those were genuine mistakes, which is kind of like my work. I'm not trash. I'm trying to get trash into poverty in a way that's believable-ish. Well, nobody really thinks that this is trash. Nobody that's minds of it really thinks it's trash. But if my process is a trashy process where I'm letting something slide, and sugar what I'm allowing, not consciously, I'm not just letting things go, that I'm not considering. But that drop, those are the kind of things that get noodle. After that, I'm going to go off our Yeah. So I started breaking them apart, taking them apart. I'm going to put a hair dryer on this and not look at this happening. Oh, okay. Cool. Using those kind of natural play processes to let it do its thing and then having to work with its next campaign after that.
I like that jar that's over there.
One of the handles
Is split in half.
That's scratchy. That's because I probably used to push it on that split. So I'm like, awesome. This is claim to be that's cool. Potentially, I was trying to one little bit. Yes. Well, did you read spring on the for example? March down, but yeah, from the spot. They didn't know like they used to with wood fire. I went in solid red with stains on it. Oh, it's
I like it a lot.
So where are you?
yeah. So is this look crazy? Are we all over the place? We are all over. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's what that's honestly it's kind of like who we are. I think. Sorry, folks. If you have a headache by now, welcome to our world. What you've been doing quite since like grade school, or just on what?
I got.
I'm leaving.
It's on a cell phone. There was the swan and the turtle in a little pond. Those are the first things I've made in like kindergarten from spring. Yeah. So I've been a potter since a long.
So, in terms of making pots, or pursuing it as an educational thing and not just a class in elementary school. When I was in my mid to late teens, I was a speed skater.
Oh,
I was like one of the best in the country. Like if I hadn't been on inlines, like I was an inline speed skater. Yeah. If we had transitioned to ice, I would have been in the Olympics. Like I was that kind of. And then I hurt my knee.
Oh,
Then I was coaching the team at the time, and
so nobody had worked.
and then at like 18,
19, I had to walk away from the sport that I had dedicated 4 years of my life.
like
As
now it's on a bike or something. So
I had all this time to put towards something.
And what was the question? How did I get to do this? Oh yeah, education. So I was taking
My first year,
at college.
which was community college, community college, but my parents said that I'm going to stay at home. I can't.
I had to be do something. Yeah, you're not just going to sit here and like work at Friendly's your whole life. So
I was at OTC, and there was pottery down at the end of the building.
it was a property place.
And I built like it's not something for the next one. I stayed the ceramic sculpture, which I'd done a little bit. Like, it wasn't in my jam. I thought I was more like a painter kind of person.
Yeah.
And I walked into the room, and I sat at a plywood table, about 10 feet away from the wheel, but 3 feet away from my future wife.
Oh no,
I should. So it wasn't like we fell in love at the time, but she was sat right up to me. Like in that moment, in that studio, I was sitting next to my computer and my wife.
that's wild. That's wild. But so you have a style that you're known for. Like what excites me now? You still pull stuff out of the kiln and go, oh, I can't try that. Are you telling me, right? Who's the effort? What's the best?
The things that are changing more for me are how I'm thinking about pots. So like the noodling, like noodling on pots. Like inspirational. I spend a lot of my time looking at the world. Looking at my little world, my yard, my birds. I'm looking at grass growing, the flowers I plant, all that kind of stuff. And then the bigger world. Like, I think one of the most big things to other people. But I'll go for two examples. I was driving to my sister's house. She lives in the car. Yeah, and I was on South Road, underpass, and there was a guy that was pulled over, and he had his always on, and
He was kind of flapping his arms, like
there was
some distress. And people were slowing down. I got closer,
and I saw
he had hit a goose.
right, and I guess the initial hitting of the goose would have been dramatic enough,
Yeah.
He was ending off another goose. Trying to make up the first goose. And I'm like, just trying to buy that as being like a guy. Trying to, I don't know if he's controlling or what. The second goose, who just saw it get hit by the car.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, yeah. So when I see those things, I take my phone out and I go, make it up. And I verbally put in what is going on in my world. I'm like, I just saw a guy, I think, hit a goose and is now consoling
the other dudes that watch the spouse get killed. And, you know, is you can bury it, you can take those along, yeah. And so I go back before I start my illustrations, and I listen to all those young mouse titles, and I write a storyboard. And I get like, how does that fit within the framework of one robots? How do I pick the iconography that makes what I, you know, paint on the house accessible to the people viewing them? Like I could paint it on there, but I'm working in like a 3x4 space. Yeah. That's going to be wood fired and obliterated anyways. Yeah. I'm going to have to title it and all that. Like, I can paint it anyway. I can take a photo of it and try to put it on. But I want it to be filtered through the tin. You know, one of the tins. So you can filter that and get it on the top. So like I'm constantly observing my world in a way that I can interpret it into robot world. Very cool.
That's very interesting. I like that you wrote that. I think, no, it's just cool.
No, no way. I can't read it. Really, I can't. Like, I can't. Yeah. Like, if I type it in, like, I would type it so fast because I'm trying to catch that in the moment. Yeah. And I know I wouldn't get it right, so I say it. Because a lot of what, like, as I'm saying it, like, I'm hearing what I'm feeling. You know, you can't watch that. You have to not watch it in your voice. Yeah. So, just as an example, when I used to do laundry, we lived in an apartment, and
you don't do laundry anymore.
No, I explained it to some of them. I would do laundry. I would do it. So anytime I do laundry, I'd say the laundry. I'd do a week's worth of laundry as fast as I could, because at that time in our world, like we had every minute of every day scheduled. We got kicked out of the house that we were living in because the guy didn't believe that we didn't have time in the next week for him to come in and like, look, and just renting the house. He came to the house one day that was just like out there, and she was letting in. She told the cops on him. Which you can imagine, like, as a homeowner, so he wanted to just do the house, you know, like, well, I can give you 24 hours. And she's like, I'm not going to get home. None of us will be home in the next week. But every hour that you come, we got stuff for so annually. And I was like, you thought about we had the calendar on the wall, like the calendar. I said, 3 months calendar. Yeah, and really, mowing, I had to set my mowing on the calendar. Or else I didn't get it done. I had to put, everything was tight. So, so to the laundry. I had done my laundry, and I'd gone to the Taco Bell, because during the drying cycle, I used to eat my lunch. So I managed to get it in. And Taco Bell was the quickest and easiest way to get back to the laundry. So I go to Taco Bell, and I was in back, because they have a pond back there, and I was watching, you know, the little duck on the pond. And, you know, so there would be 2 ducks, a little pair of green pair of ducks. And I go around and watching the little duck things. Oh, that's nice, little ducks. And then one duck had some distress. Like, it was flopping around, flapping, and the other duck was freaking out. And I'm like, what is going on? I don't know what's going on. My duck friend. And then I saw just the glimmer of a shell, just like out of the water. It was a turtle that had one of the ducks. Oh no! And I'm like, I can't just watch this duck and wow. Damn it, turtle! Let it go. So I got a stick, and I got the duck to a store, and then in the drawing when I did this, like I had the turtle by the tail. I never picked the turtle up. Yeah. But I got the turtle on the shore, and I was hitting the turtle, trying to get it to let go. And I'm like, you know, I'm just bugging this turtle. It's, you know, and I couldn't get it to let go until it stuck. Stick up the butt, at its butt. I found its butt area. That duck was like, no man in the hill. I think he let go, the duck got out of the water, and his other duck was like, oh my goodness. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I can imagine that story. What did you just do to that turtle? We're friends. So I put that immediately. Like I went home that day and I put it on the plate. Like that was absolutely instant plate. I put that on the plate. So that is kind of how and it was all, you know, robot wise. You know, there was a robot with a little robot, but there weren't really turtles or ducks in the story. But I wanted to accommodate. Yeah, accommodate a little bit.
Where do you go from that?
Well, I'm not always a trick movie, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to so was people. But I used to find so I was watching I think it was Heather Villette. She makes really cool stuff. She had a video on Instagram looking down with a lot of fire stuff, and she said each piece is incorporated with stuff. It really resonated with me. It's like every time I pull something out, I go, oh, that's cool. I'm going to do that color combination on the whole list of plates. You know, which is, I think it's really good to continue to experiment, but it doesn't help when you're trying to make a line of stuff people want to buy. Like, everything's different. Well, no, for instance, I was just at Flower City Pottery Exhibition, right? I got invited to that by Westbound, which is great. I was super honored to be a part of it. You know, and my pots are all different colors and sizes and shapes and glazes. And I'm sitting next to Austin Reynolds and Dallas Wooten, and I'm like, man, you guys make really nice stuff. Man, I feel like a 6-year-old with my stuff. But you gotta make what sells, I guess.
No.
Just make what you want.
No, that's a good segue.
Yeah. Did you notice what I did there?
I was going to try to feed you the next question, but we'll Jeopardy it.
Okay.
I'll answer the
Do I have to say what it is?
So let's finish. So there's Makerton.
Yep.
Makerton is not connected at all to Sellerton. Like, they're not allowed to be in the same room. They don't share meals. They don't have long chats on the beach. Makerton and Sellerton don't get contact.
They can't.
No, not really. There's Markington. Markington is kind of like the intermediary between the two. But it's well, I was thinking sort of Sellerton. Like there's Makerton, there's Sellerton, there's Family-Tin, there's Bullhorner-Tin, there's Markington, there's Teacher-Tin, there's Austin. Yeah. But in terms of the making part, there's Makerton. He goes to a studio and makes what he wants, when he wants, everything he wants. And then there's no incineration for
Just having fun.
Yeah. But this last time, in terms of marketing and selling, I could probably sell 150 mugs if I wanted to. If I had.
Yeah.
I had about 40 mugs less. Because Makerton, I guess, enjoyed making mugs. He made a lot more bottles than I don't know very long.
Yeah, because he felt like making bottles.
Did you send an email to Makerton?
No.
You're Makerton.
No,
Please make more mugs.
No, Makerton gets to do really
Because it's like, I guess not afraid, because I understand burnout.
Yeah.
People have, I think our crisis as a maker is burnout.
It's like, what gets most of us? Like getting
Tired of doing the thing that we're doing, and we've dedicated most of our life to doing that thing, and we don't. That's starting over. That's starting another life. Halfway through the one.
Another Tim.
Yeah, it's another, not even another Tim, like all the Tims to support that Tim.
Yeah.
I can't have that.
I've only gotten for one Tim. I mean, sure. So Makerton really does. And I know people will be like, no, that's not true. You're going to be making what you think, is this. I'll say, oh, really? These are the pieces that I make, the pieces that come out of the studio are really the things that I want to make at that moment. Now, there are times Makerton does very good shit out of himself. Makerton might sit down and say, how much for mugs today? And he throws 60 mugs or 30 mugs. And the next day he goes, what? I'll fill it trim those mugs. I'm going to keep them in the box. And I'm going to another. It's 50 mugs. Yeah. And that keeps happening until
Tim is buried in mugs and then doesn't get a chance to finish that.
Yeah, and then Makerton has 40 handles to do, and Makerton's not even good.
Right. This is Christine. Christine's not on camera. Christine's picking up the pots.
How are you?
I'm well.
That's too funny.
So then,
Sellerton then deals with whatever Makerton finishes. So all the thoughts that come out of the kiln and all that, he then is like, okay, this is what I have to work with to sell. But I really have separated the two of those to then totally-wise and vision-wise, totally independent from the selling of it.
Yeah.
So I talked to
I guess once you're a collector, you're always a collector. But somebody that hasn't bought my work in a while because I'm not selling in person anymore. So he used to come to every show, he'd buy a piece or two, and he's bought, I guess,
some of the most pivotal pieces in my career
And he's always looking for the next, like, what's going to be the next thing to do. So, it's extension. So, I saw him at a thing, and I talked to him for a while, and he goes, you know, and I said, yes, it's called the kiln. And it was a robot looking at a mirror. And you can kind of see by the back of his head, his face and the thing. And he had skinned and killed a bunny, a real bunny, and was wearing it as a hair. And I'm like, when I was making it, you know, like I had the reason. I don't remember right now, but I had the reason I was making it. And that it was something that wasn't marketing to system said. What are you talking about? I think this much time painting this robot and this rabbit in such detail that some people know it is that Jade Rabbit, that the robot was ripping and looking at himself in the mirror. Like, this isn't the thing that you should be making right now. Like, you didn't sell one of these yet, did you?
So Baker Tim didn't get the email.
He can't figure out his password.
So,
Like, that kind of stuff, like, I can't stop myself from making them.
Yeah.
If I do, then I'm going to miss that opportunity for what that would have led to. Like you said, like, there's that progression.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes the weirder or more obscure or, I don't want to say, but non-user or like marketing friendly. Like if
So that's the nice stuff.
yeah, like not.
Some of it's like, some of it is some market. You got to go.
Oh, people find it. People find it.
Yeah.
Like,
You notice that in-person sales that the PC Life release is one of the first to sell.
no, because the way I teach people how to sell stuff. Like
Justine. She was at.
That's you. That's you. She did that I show I was teaching people how to sell bonds. Like, if you're excited by the thing, it's a lot easier to sell it.
Oh, sure.
Right? Like, so I
Instead
said,
of like, you don't want
like, if I didn't like a thing, I typically wouldn't even put it out.
Yeah.
Like, I would go for a second set. Well, he was there for one where, like, you picked the person in the crowd. You were like, step apart from that. Yes.
It was
Instead of like,
there.
pick the pause, pick the person in the crowd, not even in the crowd. It's like, oh, he was in the huddle round, right? In the other spot. And it was like, find the teeth that can walk them alive. And it's like, I could sell that pot to that person, and they never met them, not really saying my pot.
Oh, that's nice.
That was good.
Yeah.
And it was really tough to figure out I could do it, wasn't it?
I bet.
It was super fun.
I bet.
So when it came to what
Just
I'm going to crash here and sell all my stuff.
I'll be good. What do you got there?
Nothing.
Oh,
I walked over.
yeah.
I was just curious to see how to lunch that I was super surprised. Oh,
Christine.
yeah, totally excited.
I'm thinking, Christine, I've got it's beautiful color.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I like doing that. It's so hard to get people to my place.
These are tough to make. So my name's Andrew. Hey, I have one left. Because it is like, you
I
know,
like you making that plastic down to candles for me. Yeah, you know. The next day and not it takes the one that got me into those purchase decorations. Every time he chose something, I was stunned on. It was like
Water etching and then.
oh yeah. That water etching was one of my first surface decorations. It's fun.
Love it.
But I use it really broad, so I can't do it anymore. Just wipes away.
yeah, I was seeing these little bodies.
At first I received another plate, but I like it.
But I hope you're following the podcast along.
Yeah, see, this is my
Yeah.
yeah, you're live.
You know.
Way.
Oh my God. Yeah, I want to talk about y'all. You know. Yeah, I just like doing southern
Yeah.
in my snow boots.
That's fun. Yeah.
You guys are killing me. That's great.
This is between seniors. Check it out. It's on Instagram. It's on YouTube. It's called. What? It's my first one. To give me an envelope. No, it's on the wall.
How fun is it? Cool.
Yeah, now you guys got it.
Now I'm going to be very, very, very quiet.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
But yeah, you should see. I have those things like that. The previous new place fire was cleared down somewhere else.
I love the cone.
Not so clear. You have a king? Yeah. It's like got some little pinky whiteness to it here and there. Not much. That's all is here. Carry on, guys. I've never seen clear so clear.
Draw off the pocket. Never do this. This is the first one myself. I shame.
So back to silly question.
Yes, silly questions.
So, yeah, I mean, I think we should just move on. You know, still I do.
You love and the money will come, right? Or just keep making what you know. I mean, I think everyone should experiment.
But we got to
Make what you like, right?
well,
What's the point? What are you doing this?
right? Besides drawing the sign.
You know,
Trying to figure out.
I got lucky.
when I was OCC, before I left, I spent 40 years at college. That's
Most people out, eventually they were like, hey, you gotta go. Yeah. I applied everywhere. And I, you know,
people that learn art from like the football throw, and they're like, yeah, this is strong. You have to get into where you want to go.
I applied everywhere, got nothing.
Really? I played great. I was focusing on the top. I didn't care about the rest of it. Yeah. And so I didn't get into the places I want to. And as she says, we'll take your money. Not what that's you.
My
Or just you do the local. Is that a school?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they
used to play basketball.
You sure you play basketball? Not as good as they used to.
yeah, I'm excited for her.
Before.
That's not cheap, but thank God for finishing.
That's easy.
Ugh.
That's doing the thing. So we were at Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
Oh, were you?
Had bad grades. Make what you want. See where? I knew this would be fun with the script. That's why I didn't write it.
This sounds fun.
To shoot the shit.
It was a big.
So you don't know the reason. You spent the reason schmeezing. You spent 2 years at a football college because you want to make pop. We're talking about making what you like.
Indeed. And you were telling me about selling pot too, but then I didn't even know about pot. You did that.
There was still, what was because I didn't know. I don't know. Two these times stolen.
What? Is there ever something you like to make most? Like mums, you like to make jars. We like to make primitively.
I don't have. I think some people do like that. I love doing that. Like, I would be bored with if I didn't do it too much. It's kind of like whatever's next.
And that's kind of like the hitch in having something people want to buy. Like, they want to let me work that on. I don't want to get any more of these.
I got really lucky with it. People that find my work aren't necessarily buying people that they're buying it to support my endeavors. So like nobody really spends that much money on my work. Like how much so expensive? And not function. They're themselves out of under functionality. But they're not something that people buy just to want. I'm going to do this as a daily driver. Well, it's something to do. But like they're not buying it for that. They cost them money. Like I said, you for $5. You got a job. That easy. So people that are spending that much money on one of my pieces are doing it to support me, not because they wanted to own another mug to drink coffee from. So I've gotten into this position where I can make just about anything that I want, and that the people continue to buy those things because they're doing it, they're buying it as a way to support the things that I'm doing. And that goes through, workshops or classes or Twitches. Nice.
It is, but it's also,
Kind of stressful.
yeah.
It's a pretty good point at which, I do a podcast, I say something that really dates. And then I go,
Tennessee, not anymore. He is dead to us.
but so you talked about earlier, the stuff that we do online, right? I do that all for free. Yep. I spend a tremendous amount of time answering questions and doing videos. And I do it without compensation so that when it is time
to do it myself, that the people that have benefited from that, if they can, that's not, there's no paywall on it, just if they can buy a piece, then they do.
And the way I've done my sale has, I guess,
Most,
that
it's like how people buy
why people are buying. Like,
it's in the back. People are going there, they're, taking that
night off from work or whatever, and they're just watching the sale. And some people
we have audiences do this nice sale, like, hey, I can afford pot this year,
congratulations on having a great sale. I love watching it. Thank you for all you do. I just can't buy them this year. And like, totally get it. Yeah, sure. And then there are other people, like, the kind of community that is built around this. There are people that didn't buy anything.
for the first, hours. So that other people buy. So like, they were like, oh, I want to get a piece of it, have the auditor report ready. Somebody else did one. And then suddenly you were after the sale. The sale was done to a thing. Do you have any of this left or that left? They interpreted it sale, and I was like, absolutely not. This,
Like, I didn't feel like it was cool for me to buy 10 pieces this year. Like,
or visibly by two.
this year. That I
I wanted to be a little stuff there.
here with my
Sale.
sale or something. And I felt
Like the
compassion that people have for, my,
way of doing things.
and then
Other people's
just
perception of how
doing stuff.
was
It's
it's not normal. It isn't a normal thing.
like, it
Doesn't
yes, I'm like,
trying to explain this to like this anecdote of thing for a long time when I was teaching my business to him, and that like I'm anti-business. Like I'm doing all the things the wrong way.
Yeah. It shouldn't work.
And it's like I should be on paper. Not a single thing is paid for when it enters the place. Like it's in a box, it's on a committee, and then people send me back a check. Like putting out
a year's worth of inventory.
Yeah.
unpaid for. Knowing that
The people that are buying this,
A lot of faith.
like, and if I can trust them,
then it's
then they
don't worry.
That's a totally different
Side to our
no, but that's really a personal one. People like you,
right.
right?
That's what I mean. Like, yeah, like
I when people are starting
the sales process and stuff. I try to
people
don't sell the products
Done.
yourself.
Yeah.
like
Why are people buying this? Not
because they need a law.
not because they need a bowl, not because they need a wedding present. You want them to be buying it because you want them to support you.
Yes, you are.
You're the always going to be there.
We kind of had this conversation a little bit yesterday. We danced around it. We Demi demo. It's like you're selling. It's not just a mug.
It's a magnificent
Mug. It's a
to see mug. Right? There's you, there's yours, proud, you do it time, you touched it, you made it. Because there's a lot in
Christine Blockman.
the block window. It's just, can't end without. But I mean, I think people do that. They're like, oh, like when we look at our mug collection, like, oh, that's a sunshine cup. Right? Did I need a sunshine cup? Like, no, I wanted That's one that she made. It's cool. And that's,
honestly,
I like
that part of it. I guess
that's the podcast. I want to be, and I think Hollywood people are just cool.
Yeah, especially other potters. Yeah. That's why antique is so freaking fun. You're going
On the steer, right? Hell yeah. I might do a demo of
people. I don't know yet. They're going to know. It'll be fun. They are our new
sponsor.
This show is
Sponsor.
sponsored by Speedball. Let's take a break from our, who's like so much fun to hang out with you?
Probably know that. Got some shit. I think, oh, yes. After this, no, he's kidding.
Paul the name.
Say,
I should have let you be.
oh, I want to set there. No, no, other things to fucking fun. He's gonna watch this and go, you forgot my name, you asshole.
You know, look at edit it out.
He's just that's true. You know what's it? Oh, wait, he's like, give you some. Softly. There's some lighting in here. What is happening? Paul has mom. He's like, no, smoke them. We go and seek him. We go and find the cigar and that comes off. and we're in Richmond. Like, hey, let's go take a walk and get you go. Does that make you go to the hot box and long that tennis? I thought at least people there still making this select the whole time. So I'm like, yeah, I Googled it. It's right down the block. It says like what 6 miles was just
The Encika mile.
dude.
It's never, it's never 1 mile.
I'll write into that sticker like, am I still going in that direction? I don't know what happened. And then I had to do like some sort of a different mode on the directional thing, but we walked forever. It was kind of fun.
It happens every year. Every year, I'll put myself, do not walk to a restaurant. The outpost says, do not walk to a restaurant. Do not walk to the pop-ups.
Yeah.
Drive there or something. We do that every year. I'm with, 10 people. We're going to walk to that tiny place. And I'm like, no, it's like 5. It's like 5. It's right there. It's the map. Yeah, but it's like the world map. And it's like, it's right there. It's right there. I'm like, I'm close to it. Yeah, we're walking. I'm like, I'm starving. My feet hurt. And it's like, it's Wednesday.
I hate you. This is
It's Wednesday.
I left all of you before you left. You never want to see anything you ever again. Yeah, it's too funny. I finally this year I got a hotel directly across the street. I'm like, that's it. My next trip, I'm booking it a year in advance. So like now all the Encika people take it.
No.
And it's directly across the street.
I got an Encika buddy that she organized a big house. So she'll get the big house, and then there's like 15 of us that do it. And,
And it's like,
I just have to show up. I just give her money and show up.
nice. Of course, security.
That makes sense, because Andrew Ludeman said to say hi. He said he was my he was my roommate last year. I was like, "What's that?" You guys are weird.
Yeah, he's leasing. He's got the little baby.
Wait.
She knows kids out. My baby's now.
She's 14, 15, 17.
No, that's one kid? I mean, that's what it's an athletic count. So the 3 kids.
My daughter is 15 and my kids are 14. So. One? Oh,
Did you add on?
it's already 15. Get off there. And I womped all my bowls up. People used to have to front
You see, you're like, I'm not a cookie.
right off.
I'll bring your back. I'll bring your bowl back. Look at this house. Hey,
So it's balls.
balls up. No, eventually.
I don't train. I'm a wrestler. You're a wrestler? I'm a wrestler. I used to flip it for you don't get a wrestler. I'm putting that in you now. Hey, get out, you non-food kids. I just, it's an extra step that never really turned me on. And, you can put it over and it'll still a little too wet. You ain't gonna wait all day. Then wait too long, it's too hard. Or you bend it, or it flies off the wheels. Oh, you're really I said, no, shiver. You're anti-sugar place. I asked, get from the bottoms like this. Yeah, there you go. My phone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I know.
Oh, do you call it thumbing? You thumb the bottom sometimes?
No, I just didn't listen.
I mean, like wiping the edge, like to smear the edge up.
No, I just kind of. Yeah. I said, everybody's dress.
Oh,
What is that?
this process matches up to the both of them.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
If there are some people that do a process because they want to eliminate less difficulty or something. I try to do what I take sure get more knowledge on it. Try to make sure that they're doing the things because it's what they work with. That's what makes it easier for them. And like I typically I want to make it as difficult as possible.
But the more difficult something is, the less likely it's going to be a trodden path because people want the easier thing. So, like, I can't imagine rasping is easier. Like,
I'm thinking about like how long I train and what I get out of training.
Yeah,
It seems like it would be a pain in the ass. You need to start rasping things just to make it more difficult.
We should rascal.
No.
Sometimes what I'll do is I'll flip the
Bowl over.
and I use this.
Use that tool.
Triangle with the point, that freaking deft.
It looks like a tile tool.
Yeah, it's like deadly as hell. and I just gouge in a foot.
I just think everyone's different. It's quite easy. It's just 100 foot.
Gouge, gouge, gouge.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to find an easy way to do things, I guess. And it works for what I do. And when I pop in like that, I go, boop, and then I grind the bottom. So really, only just that outer edge is really hitting the table anyway.
And then I go ahead and make it shiny. I'm a true not addicted to it. It is oddly satisfying. It is. It's just, I guess it's part of mine. The beginning of how to grow like this. But it's just that part of it. And I use it as part of the way I push forward. I usually back up not necessarily, but I guess very tremendous. I mean, if you were like a center, there's like a foot cut in it. But it's considered.
That's the thing. It's like, I gotta consider it. Some people avoid trimming just to not have to trim. Like,
I don't want to get if throwing it's done.
I'm done. They're not thinking about the bottom. Oh, we done. We no trim nothing. We must done this.
I got it when I was living it up, like that's my last chance. Yeah, and
To finish that.
form off and finish the bottom. And the more that I give myself that opportunity, typically, the better I can make it. Like up 2 hands. Yeah, like I'm now trimming close hand lines at the bottom. It's like all the parts of the more detailed bits that if I really trim it out, I didn't slack on that. Speaking of oil, you know if you're the nice. Oh yeah. No, I'm bad. You're bad. He's good. Eat a lot of pump too. I enjoy it. Teenage fun stuff. The guy who I
Retired the golf course, his name is Mike.
and they all call
Him the nice Mike.
I don't think you ever want to be the good. Yeah, like that's a lot to look up to. Like good Tim. Yeah. He's trying to be good Tim. Yeah, I'm the regular good thing. I tell people like you be the nice one. Let me be the good for 20 years. Let them be me. Once you take over
For me, and I retire in a couple of years, you can be the good.
no, you're looking at environment.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be 55 in a couple of weeks. Just a baby, aren't I? Yeah, that's what you can feel like it. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
55.
And that's it. Golf course? Yeah.
Been managing, been a golf pro for 20 years. It's just kind of what I love to do. I'm going to try to play more like
That's all next year. I played senior till the qualifier this year. I qualified. If you didn't give another qualifier,
which was kind
oh, the pre-qual. It was a pre-qual, the end of the qual. Yeah, I played good. I shot
2 or 3
100. One of my shot
900.
par. I was with the Dolphin big one. With my medal 60. Stop. And then you just got to get back there. Yeah, so I'm going to try a couple more this year. And when because I'm 55, I can play national things like US Senior Open and US Senior Amateur. So I'm going to try that. See how it goes. Just kind of like. Does golf influence pottery? Never. There's no like preparation or
Mental part of getting into it kind of thing.
or general problem.
From the pottery to the golf.
No, I think there's like
Had a couple of things. That's my other mic. It's just what I do.
because it's not what I want. I want to do this. I want to make pots and I want to enjoy life and just live. But you eat what? Oh, at 55, or not good job. Yeah, 63. Look, that's just 5 years. I don't think happy. That's one on triple. Why is this sick? Oh, it's your bad. They vote. Teach him a red one was this actually. Yeah, that's the Portuguese one. That was done.
In a ceremony, it was actually blessed and everything.
For real?
No, at all. You know more gold than no.
The dictionary?
No, here it is. You still an hour and 15 minutes. You got 15 minutes. This one. It's one more. I mean, this is my last part of it. I got one. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Yeah. So, what would you say to somebody who, like myself, who just wants to make concert?
Well,
Do it.
Well, the people some people I see that are more they successful. I don't know. They do lots of. Those are exhausting.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
I would say it's not. See, other people would say like, yeah, you know.
yeah.
And I would say that doing shows isn't an absolute necessity, but it is a super awesome way to get an idea what people think about your cause.
Yeah.
Even if it's like online, that's hard. But to gauge somebody's response to it, sitting in a booth, and just watching people interact with facial expressions, body language, are they calling their spouse over? What are they gushing about? Like, all that is really good at understanding how people saw my work. But then they go, I got the Tims. And then, it was relevant because I grew how people were paying my cost to something else. Yeah, but I don't know if my process or my path is replicatable. So, like, if somebody said, where do I start? 2 shows. First, to make it something more replicatable. Let's go forward. I think you do, yeah. Oh, I just got you're right, kid. I may not be good at the word list. The word name of the replicatable in this word, but we're kicking. So yeah, it would be to start those. I would, start local shows, then regional shows. I would say do a couple of national shows, not because that's what you're going to do, but because you want that exposure and to know that that is not something that you wanted to do. Just for limiting. Like if I didn't do the sewing show, I probably been trying to do that show. Areas, I don't even know what big shows are now. But like I would have been trying to do those. Having gotten into the Smithsonian, did the Smithsonian, I know I never needed to do that again. Like I could totally check that off my list and know that is not my jam. That is not.
Are you on the Institute board still?
I was not on the board.
I thought you were on the board.
No, I don't post it. I have time now, quit. But I was part of the social media team at one point. And it kind of dissolved. So there wasn't really a social media team anymore. But I still managed a Facebook group so that Rhode Island never happens again. There's before me. The next year was Kansas City. Whatever happened at Rhode Island?
What happened?
One of the past presidents of NCCA, lost their mind on Facebook, in the Facebook group, and was bad-mouthing everything. And it kind of sold. Like a restaurant review. When one person, with some kind of credibility goes, this restaurant sucks. Yeah. It's everyone piles on. So having the past president who was saying, I'm the past president, and this NCCA sucks. And it was they're like, we don't want this to happen again. So I let people in the group and make sure that what gets posted is relevant to what the group is supposed to. And then during I, pay attention to what people are asking me to try to do. I know you have to get to that. They have the best NCCA they can have. But really, if you're out there and you're not having a good time, that's a fixable thing. Well, unless your leg is dying, actively dying on you, and you're walking to that hiking place. Well, I guess if you can't find the road that you want to be in, or you're lonely, or you went to a talk and it wasn't your jam, we can fix that. We can find you the things because everything is there.
Yeah.
But if we don't know it, then we can't. So I try to take that feedback. That part. And then unofficially, the person that coaches people on the things that they need to see and know a lot. So I'll go to my goal is to make the connection for that person. Whatever it is, to get them to the next part of where they want to be. Sometimes it's career-wise, sometimes it's educational, sometimes it's manufacturing, but if I'm not easy, I want to do this. That's what we're doing. And
And we'll run around and see until we get that done for them. And we'll just keep doing that. And, like, that's my favorite part. Like,
I'm not even talking English, but a lot of people, like, I got to be at the babyest of their career. Like, yeah, I mean, Cindy, I want to do workshops. How do I do this? So, like, we are going to keep on this person. Yeah, really tall. So we found it. Yeah, and it's like this workshop, and then we were to present it. Voice really saw. No, it wasn't. And he's really tall. He reminded me when I was watching this over there, and he was like talking about people like on Yelp feeling confused. Who has time for this? It's like, he goes, I go to a restaurant, I said my wife, the cinnamon sucks, let's get out of here. Like, that's it. Who writes a review? And seeing them on hand. Like, in like our local groups, we have Facebook groups, one Stu scenes. And that can do it in the restaurant. Oh yeah. And it's like, none of your business. Oh, no, that's not the like, there was one. It was a dime that opened up in a building that was like below. It was the Clam Bar. Been around for 30 years, 40, 100 years. Yeah. A billion years. And the Clam Bar closed, and then there's tiny worked up in it. And like, they couldn't cook an egg. Like, it was, I mean, couldn't get it off ice. And then like, converse with a lot of PhD guys. There was a guy making cheesesteaks, and everybody loved him. There was nobody that went to that place that wasn't like, I love this guy. I'm gonna click his face. I wrote fantastic Facebook posts like this long, and they were funny, and he lost his lease. Like he had his wedding, like him and his husband got married in the restaurant last day, free food, line a mile long. You know, like used to always like kind of seasoning until they find the space. So like the art place is, you know, the right people kind of stuff. Oh sure, yeah, you know, diamond people. They were not for you. They should have been running a diner. They couldn't cook anything. Couldn't do it. Was like, no people was talking.
What was I going to ask you? Oh yeah, like I want to be between viewers and
Podcast at Inseego.
yeah. Oh, that's full of people. Yeah, I'm not that smart.
I was like, this first one is 14 pages.
What am I talking about?
I want to talk about.
What else? That's it. You got 499 more words. Yeah, because you can set up to do like a podcast there. Yeah, you know, we can also do it totally like well blazed. Remember your name calling? He told me, I asked him about that. He said he used to do escalator interviews. You see, you got nights. I'm thinking about doing it in the hall. I don't know if that's you got the booth. Just get up and take a booth and just sit there going, hey, come here. And then just stay in the
Well, yeah, there are empty corners of Inseego where we still do shotgun exchange play buddies. And it's like, we used to do it in the hallway, and like, you can't keep doing it in the hallway, there's too much to do. They put us in a room, and the room was too much of a disruption because one of the Inseego brass was like really excited about it, and then we got all really loud, and then the other rooms were like we're having a conversation about like death.
This is very
It's like, oh yeah, maybe we should be yelling. So then we started doing it off-site. But
a podcast interview is something that could be done out of the corner. There's lots of them. Yeah. I would say
That's another reason why I was kind of excited to try the mics that we should try today.
We'll try it again in Inseego.
No, what else do we got? Oh, so usually, I've got to tell you. Surprise! Every episode we end with one good tip from the artist. I know you are the tip master. You're all about tips. A tip, so it's either a play tip, tool tip, studio tip, body tip, life tip.
oh man.
Yes.
I should have put
I should have.
one tip. Yeah. Use witness cones and never leave your cone while it's firing. You won't underfire, you won't overfire, you won't lose a load of work. Your house won't burn down. Your studio won't burn down. You won't ruin a kiln. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah.
Many years ago, I had a kiln sticker. Which right on it says me up and on my head.
It's kiln center, isn't it?
Yeah. So I left it. You know, I'm not supposed to. And I got a really strong wind, and I had some firework stacked and a brick over. And this kiln sticker and never turned on off. I came down in the morning. And it was long. It was like cone 14. And the shelves now.
I think all the worst things happen from just not being there. I mean, nobody would ever go, you know what? But that's 35 hours. You do that. I'm really tired. I think I'm just going to leave it. No. If you're there, like, it doesn't matter. Even if you don't have tones in it. So, yeah. You're going to be like, I'm shutting this off because it's been one of the worst things I've seen. People just microwaving it.
Yeah, it's like,
Which is, yeah, I don't know, controllers are getting smarter, I think.
It's not the controller.
Yeah.
You know, it's over. Like, I think the worst one I saw was a teacher. They were melting glass bottles. They were flipping glass bottles at the forms. Buying bottle things. And then they had it set. They pushed the button when they left. Well, they had in Berkeley doing whatever that teacher felt like doing to the controller. And changed it from Celsius to Fahrenheit to Celsius. And then programmed it for Fahrenheit. So 1500 Celsius. They're doing it 1500 Fahrenheit. And then they changed it from a S-type thermocouple to a platinum thermocouple. Or K to an S.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes the setting, was so like, but it was 1500 Celsius was really good. Or 1000 Celsius. And then they turned the air codes off. So it couldn't even say this.
Oh, my God.
So they did all that stuff on a Friday, hit the start button. Came back on a Monday, the kiln was still not. Wow, the glass, all the shelves, all the posts melted at the bottom, and it was about that far away from going to the bottom brick. But being that thin and being at a billion degrees, it had charged and curled up all the linoleum underneath and burnt like a circle around the kiln. Wow. Oh, my gosh. One other bad film story was always done one of them. Just get more people. I had a tile project that was moved to my wife at her school. We had probably 12 layers of tile and it was full. I still wasn't under the impression you had to be with your kiln 24 hours. Oh, the whole time. So I would go down, I'd turn it on, it was a kiln center, and I'd run back up and do stuff and run back down. And when you get down, and do stick with me, and I would fall in the hole. The whole kiln with probably 400 pounds of tile in it had fallen over. Oh, wow. The feet of the kiln had pushed in through the floor. The floor was built on top of a parking lot. So like the room of the school, like it was a legitimate room to know the school. It wasn't over a parking lot. All they did was put an old tile over the pavement. Well, they got hot. And all the weight pushed those little skinny fragile legs through it. So it tilted a little bit. Tipped it over to the film next to it. That could have been the end of the school. Yes, that like kept going, it would have caught that pavement off. Like that would have. And then so I come down, saw it. It was like I was able to turn it off, close the thing out, and then drop stuff on me so it wouldn't go anything.
Yeah, felt like, oh my God.
After that was when I stopped. Like never. You see, just weird stuff. I was here all day. Got on early, said I had a meeting. Yeah, no, I got the fire in the water. Yeah, the fire too, because I'm on video the entire time.
The new one I just, we had to go to the test start yet. I'm going to start at 6 a.m. I'm going to be there. Just make sure. Oh, no, last thing is, you want to tell us?
Oh, yeah. So I would go to the wine. And then the big bag wheel slab builders. We had one in the studio. It was one of the
table ones.
Yeah, Eric,
like always like.
All you did was just didn't tell us how to feel. Can you say, I wonder what my fingers do if I put them there? And he did. Put them in and they exploded. I found finger parts a year later after that. Yeah. It was I was in the room. I was the teacher at the time. outside, but I was in the room and I heard, and screams. Lost all those fingers. That's true.
Yeah, those are all the stuff.
Yeah, we don't have. Oh, they didn't matter. It was all just big mist. Yeah. So if you do get one of those cells, they reel it, it's just fun. Lock it up.
Yeah.
All it takes is a simple like lock. Yeah. Easy program, 1, whatever. But that prevents somebody from losing all their fingers.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like.
Well, this was.
And so,
We laughed the whole time. They kicked off the stand. Yeah. Yeah. But hey, no, you gotta know this thing.
Well, yeah, like if I had one teacher that did that, I locked off, and this one kid that when lose a finger and it's far enough.
Take the deal. I don't think they'll take that. Yeah. How they just absolutely. Let's see. I always tell people to tell us website and where they can find your posse. Reality, and it's just TimMC.com.
Yeah, don't go.
It's up bad.
It's like,
Oh, that's Tim is that?
no, that's regular marketing.
Marketing tips.
He's a horrible at this. My website hasn't been updated in like 10 years. So, I do a lot on the Facebook and the internet. If you find me on the Facebooks, like you can eventually find my sale page, but I don't promote it. I don't post it. It's like you have to find it. Is that weird? It is weird. And that's what it totally works. Like if I show it, you're like, oh, I want inside this investment. But if you have to find it, and you have to get in, and then you're allowed.
You're the old mom.
I send them all out from me.
Yeah.
So I have to I don't have unusual friends. They're not in any Facebook group. I know who they are. Then I don't know what's not up.
Not shipping it to you. Yeah.
Sometimes I do. But I gotta have the feeling. If I don't get the right feeling, it's just that. I don't even want my pot in your house.
Yeah, they're only one little.
She's on the show. She's a big thrower, and
She's a big YouTuber. I said, well, tell us things like the boss. She goes, my garage.
Right over here.
Let me know. Which is great. People ask me, do I do it on the website? And that I do see a lot. I do see a lot of artists when you go to their stand page, there's nothing in the drop off piece. And that makes me feel better. But most of the stuff I'm like, just put it on Instagram. It is on there. So I think I have to website.
Yeah, I mean, something maybe I will.
It's working.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like, even like, it'd be like a second thought when we need.
Yeah. Like I say, love you, blacks.
Yeah, it would be like afterthought. Yeah, it just like the same thing. I tin cans. Like, are you a cousin or something? Or, I think for like which might do. I'm still not sure. There's some schools that have really strong programs. Yeah, I do some. The summer. Do my website. Well, do I not? Make some cans. You keep all the profit. Like, it's going to cost you $5 a can of videos, but you sell things. Totally love that. Yeah. Especially on the one to get pottery person. Yeah. Like, no, you use them for big, but like, just take it all the profit. Like if you know it's a big thing. Like, all you use is self and down. Like, self and down, self and through. So
that's free.
It's not a flagellation. Like, if we can use my name to sell the pots that are mine, he's making them. To buy a kiln and we don't get going, that's the dream, right? Like, sure, that's my dream. Every little kid that doesn't have to push buttons for somebody else and doing their own buttons, like, you're pushing my button, I'm pushing my little hands out for the damn. Yeah. Okay, now I gotta make fun of it. Check that door. Give me. We just talked about profanity on this. Right. Those are all spelled with H's.
Yes.
It's not a.
I was saying my last name is Griffin. I said G-R-I-P-H.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, nobody knows people. Well, I've had all different things. I go, can you curse? I go, fuck you. If you think cursing, I'm alone up to this show.
I did really good the whole time. I don't know if you thought.
You did. I mean, yes. I'm from Atlanta. They used to say the F word was a comma, like in a sentence.
Yeah, I know.
It just comes out. But cool. We made, oh my God, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 20. Well, you get 30 bowls.
30 bowls, $25 a piece. That's like, that's
no one actually. That's like $100.
That's like $1.50 per year. The cool guy probably is.
Yeah. And it's right now more than ever. Yeah. Cool. I appreciate your time, sir. I'm looking forward to that's gonna be fun. Okay, yes, it's on a little smaller than yours. That's okay.
As long as there's coffee.
Wait, say everybody. Bye. Bye. Bye, everybody.